So I posted pictures of, it was like a kale brunch with poached eggs on a few days back on Gina's Tea Time, and a few people have asked me how to make it. It's a recipe I got from a friend of mine who studied 2 years in natural nutrition, and she's big into raw food diets, and her main thing is to stick 80% raw, 20% cooked. So she showed me this recipe, and I've eaten kale, and I rolled my eyes when she said to me, this is going to do wonders for me, and I thought, ooh. But this Cavolo Nero kale is much more palatable, and by doing it this way, the way she told me, it actually makes it really nice. And I've run out of this because we've been on lockdown, and I've really missed it and really missed the benefits of it as well. So this is like a base that you can add things to, and I'm supposed to have this 3 times a day, and believe me, I wouldn't mind if I had it with different things that had a nice taste. So think of it like almost like a base to whatever you add to it, a really, really healthy base. So I've got a bag of kale. This will last me a couple of days. Carrot. Now, raw beetroot, you're going to get red hands, so gloves are good, but it washes off after a few washes, so I wouldn't worry too much. Now this, people say, oh my God, how can you eat that? It's almost like a nutty texture, and it is fab. I love it, and I'd never go back to cook beetroot again. Pink Himalayan salt. The reason a sea salt or a pink Himalayan salt is good is because you need to rub into the leaves, and a good olive oil if you've got one. Now, I'll just give you a little bit of a lesson. Here is the science part. Kale is the king of the veg. It's among the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet. Full of antioxidants, vitamin C. It's got 4 times as much vitamin C than a cup of spinach, you know, if you weigh it out in relation. And it is, I can't read my own writing, packed with vitamin K. It's just fab. It's a brilliant veg. Remember, when you cook that, you still retain some of that, but you lose a lot of it. So having it raw is like a massive gut punch of goodness. Raw beetroot, packed with potassium, vitamin C. No, this is a word I can't say. Manganese.
That's the one.
God, I find that really hard. And carrots. Well, we know all about carrots. Beta carotene, fibre. Vitamins A, K, potassium, B6, and olive oil. We all know about olive oil because the Mediterraneans are looking all so gorgeous. But it's got monosaturated fats, antioxidants, anti-inflammatory, and improves blood flow for your circulation. So that is all. Who would have thought all that was going to be in a bowl? So I'm going to go back to having this every morning, packed with my basic salad with some quinoa, or a little bit of couscous, some poached eggs, or cashew nuts with it. You can, once you start eating this, you'll think, this is brilliant. And we're probably going to sell out of Nero kale now, and I won't be able to get any. But I just get this in Lidl's in town. I can't remember how much this is, but it's not a lot. It's not
expensive.
And I actually find it goes further than salad for me, because it's a little bit denser than sort of leaves. And until my leaves grow, I don't really like buying the shop bought wangy leaves that you get sometimes. So I'm going to start now. All I want to do, I'm going to come back to you when I've done it. I'm going to give this a wash over with cold water in a colander and just drain it. You'll need a biggish bowl, your hands. You might want gloves for these for the next step, and a grater. I should have brought that over, but it's obvious, to grate the carrots. I'm going to peel this, and then I'll come back to you with red hands, and you can see it looks like I've murdered someone.
Neat.
Okay, so I've washed my kale, and what you want to do, as you can see, I've peeled my beetroot, but that'll come off. Take out some of these, you know, these great big stalky bits. I mean, it doesn't matter if there's little bits in there. If there's some big ones, just keep them out. Luckily, we haven't got too much. Now, somebody was asking me, can you use normal kale? You can. It's different. It needs longer in the fridge because this is best left made the night before or about 4 hours before, the day before. If you're using the other kale, it is different. I find it's more bitter and it needs a little bit more dressing and more soaking, a longer time soaking. Now I could actually eat this. See that bit? So can you see that, Dan?
Yep.
We don't want that in there. So there we go. Now you're probably thinking, why on earth is she posting? This is so simple. But I'm going to do it. Now that's the carrot. Now really, thinking about it, I should have done the oil before. But it doesn't matter because it all goes in. So it's got some lovely colour in there. Now I'm going to do, I would say, I've never done this before, measured it out. 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Okay. And then we want in that, now the salt sort of seems to abrase the leaves so you can get it in. So you just go in and you give it a really good rub, the salt in and the oil, and it seems to, I suppose, damage the leaves a little bit, but it gets the oil into them, and you can see, can you see that?
Yep.
Through there? Yeah. Now you might want a little bit less oil, but think about other things you're eating and how much stuff's in that, and olive oil is so good. Get that in so it's all into all the leaves. There we are. And what I'm going to do next, I'll put that to one side. I'll wipe my hands because they're quite oily and I don't want them to slip with the beetroot. These are my 2 peeled beetroots I've murdered. Now I'm not going to do these chefy things that chefs do because I'm not a chef. You can do these any shape you want. You don't want them too big because they are quite hard. Ooh! There we are. Look at that wonderful colour. I'm actually growing beetroot this year. I've mixed success with beetroot, so I'm not holding out any hopes. I thought as we're eating a lot, I mean it's only pennies in the shop anyway, but it's something nice about knowing where it's come from and what's in the soil and all that stuff. So you can see it goes quite far. Now I've started using raw beetroot on other salads and lots of things because I really like it. It's all got an earthy, like I say, earthy, nutty sort of thing going on. So I'll just put that in there. Doesn't matter if it's, I've got used to eating this now, so I don't mind it being a bit chunkier. So here are our oily leaves. Now I would say normally I have a bit less oil looking at this now. 1 tablespoon might be enough, but there we go. So in goes our beetroot pieces. And on top of that I'm going to put some black pepper. Now remember, this actually will go quite a long way. Now with my spoon, I'm going to just do it like this so you can see it. And this actually tastes lovely. You know, I know there's something about dark green vegetables that makes us shrink a bit. I think it comes back to Brussels days and things. When we were forced to eat these things. So look at that. So I'm going to leave that now for probably about 4 hours, and I'll have that on the side of a dish. I'll have it as a main dish. You can put poached eggs on it. You can add sunflower seeds. It's a real super packed salad of goodness, and that might go. So say if I have quite a biggish bowl breakfast, then okay, I might have something different for lunch, and then I have another bowl with stuff with it. You could put chopped chicken in it if you wanted to. I'm just trying to think of all the things I've added to it. Cashew, if you just want a veggie option, cashew nuts are lovely because they add a little bit of sweetness, not loads, just a handful. You could add a little bit of onion to it. Just treat it as if it's a salad base, and just think to yourself as it's going in, I am swallowing a rainbow. So very simple salad. Thanks for watching.